Okay, so I might just be an idiotic, stupid dog, granted. But who else delivers like this? I mean, it's a daily thing. It's like a comic strip. Only sometimes it's multiple takes. Sometimes you might get 2 or 3 short takes. You might get a 20-minute long-winded, scatterbrained take. So, I mean, it takes a lot to keep this crap up. So what we're going to institute is a headline news segment because we just don't have the energy. Well, I'm ancient. I'm an old, supodic old dog, like 150-some years old. I have possibly 2 human years left to live, which translates at this point like 16 dog years. So it's like, I got 16 dog years left to go. 2 human years, granted. It's just only 2 human years. But anyways, I'm weary. I don't got a lot of energy. And the man, you know what, if you've abused yourself as much as this fool's abused himself, you're not going to be very virile or whatever you say, active at 55, going on 56. So what we decided to do, the man is he's too inebriated, too intoxicated to take part in any kind of takes because, there will be some kind of nasty. His inner self is very conservative. It's almost whatever you say, like Neil Bortz used to be. I can't remember if it's LaFontaine or something, that they believe in no government interference. They're not anarchists. They believe in the rule of law, but you only have 5, maybe 6 or 7 laws total. So it's like, it's whatever you say, it's laissez-faire living. But Neil Bortz, he was my buddy. In my dog remembrance, I think Neil Bortz passed away. I don't know. Neil Bortz could be alive. Here's to you, Neil Bortz, if you're still out there. Neil's due for the eternal dirt nap. Very, very, whatever you say. His dirt napping is imminent. But whatever, it's okay. But the thing is, we don't... All right, so the man, there's a darker side to that kind of conservatism. There's a selfishness, or there's something that comes along with it. They're good people. They're very liberal-minded in a lot of ways. Like most of your conservatives are going to be like, I don't give a shit what they do, Seriously, I don't give a fuck. They get abortions, they transgender, I don't care if they're black, white. The other thing, I want my enclave, I want my little corner of the world, I want my little thing, my little tribe. I need us to be whatever you say, we're cloistered, we're separated, we're, what do you have to say? Heterogeneous, not homogeneous, whatever. I don't even know. Maybe it's homogeneous and hetero. I don't even know. It's like the one where you only want to be with the same kind as what you are. That's a little scaredy pants and stupid, but whatever. That's the man in the deep, dark recession. If he starts, if he's too drunk and he starts talking, so he can't do takes every day. He very rarely can do a take. And I'm weary. I can't keep doing takes, so I'm just going to do the headline news. So today's headline news. Are you the Lord? April Fool's Day. Hey, there could be lots of April Fool's jokes. We'll see. This is kind of like an April Fool's joke. Trump's poll numbers surge after indictment. What does that say? Don't look down your nose about it. It just says it means there's a lot of idiotic, stupid, rabid fools whose lives suck, who can't fucking make their own lives better. So they're hoping Donald Trump, a dictator, could lead them to the promised land. They got no better hope than say, hey, maybe Donald Trump will do it all for me. That'll be better that way. Should I get educated? Nah, I don't get educated. Should I get out there and try to hustle, give me a couple side hacks, make some cash, build up a cash reserve and get into real estate? Shit. Come on, what are you, stupid? What should I do? Pray to God Donald Trump will form an army. You can join that army, and then we will march into prosperity together. That would be good for everybody that way. That's a pretty bad, whatever. So the next headline, that was one of 8 headlines. The next headline is comedian Cummins taking her talents to fans only. It's a beautiful thing, folks. She's going porno. All comedians are like 1 split second away from porno. If a comedian look good, they're getting into porno. It's like an absolute guarantee. Or if a comedian, any kind of comedian, stupid, idiotic fool, male comedian, you have a fat, slovenly, a little guy, bald guy, everybody, he's got a big penis, he's going to get into porno. There's 2 kinds of comedians that get into porno. The ones with the big penises and the good-looking women. Whatever. So that's the thing. But all right, so that was take 2 of take 8. Take 3 is, let's see what we got here. Oh, we're not thugs, Dawn Staley defends NCAA tournament. Hey, Dawn, they tricked you. Once you say, you ask your guy, how often do you beat your wife? Once you get him going, I don't beat my wife. No, it's like, how often, Dawn, you don't say the word thugs. It's not that smart, Dawn. You don't say thugs. If anyone else wants to say thugs in this 3rd of 8 takes, I'd say, Dawn, Staley, you don't have to worry about that, and you shouldn't even, whatever. You got to, that's the thing. You got to take a left turn for a right-hand turn. Maybe Dawn's mad because that little skinny white girl beat her, but I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't say that. I would, no. So take 4 of take 8, a controversial influencer out of jail on house arrest. Okay, he looks like Tom Wolpat's troglodytic younger cousin, whatever. Tom Wolpat from the Dukes of Hazzard. I think he was Luke or Sean, whichever them Duke boys. He was the brunette. The brunette's name was Luke or Harold. I can't remember what his name was. His name was Luke or Alphonse. I think it was Luke and Alphonse, so the two Duke brothers that were shooting the bow and arrow dynamite shots at all the cops. Never got in trouble doing it, But this guy, this controversial influencer out of jail on house arrest, he looks like Tom Wolpat's cousin who's on a lot of methamphetamine. It's okay. He's got them dark, beady, darting eyes. Take 5 of take 8 is a commercial for a security system. They got white brick fireplace in this thing and a white quilt, white doors. It's like White World. It's beautiful. Take 6 of take 8. We go back to the black people. Frizzy-haired, beautiful. These are the kind of black girls. They're black girls. They're black. They got the frizzy, big afros, the big wide noses, the big lips, the full this, that, the other thing, the chunky hips, the nice asses. They're dark with dark hair. They look phenomenal. I think they might be too young, so maybe, I'm a dog, so it doesn't even matter, but I don't know. I think they're college students. But it says, study contradicts claim about affirmative action. We're not going there, folks. It's like what Neil Bortz wouldn't go into abortion. Neil was afraid of abortion. Here's what I'll say about abortion, okay? Sometimes the people who got to have an abortion, it's like, don't stick your nose there. You don't have hundreds of thousands of millions of abortions. Maybe you have people learn how to use contraception, That would be good for everybody. You could take the abortion rate down to 15 or 20 for the year if you had contraception. People making choices, choices about what they want to think, choices about what they want to learn, choices about tactics they want to implement to control or enhance their own lives, choices. You're going to take away the choices and say you're not going to learn about prophylactics? God bless us all. Whatever, it's okay. It doesn't matter. That's just a thing. I don't even know why I did it with the black girls, but the black girls are so beautiful. But it's affirmative action. It's like affirmative action, which, I don't want to say. The statistics could say one thing or the other. It doesn't matter. Take 7 to take 8. Can a good nap make up for a bad night of sleep? And they show a cat on a sofa taking a nap. It's a dark gray cat. He doesn't have any special kind of markings. He's snoozing. He's having a good sleep for himself. That's 7. 7 of 8 is like an old school 1970s couch. I don't know if it's made out of corduroy, and there's a scraggly cat sleeping there, and they're talking about naps and such. And the 8th take of the 8th, whatever you say, article, headline. This is headline. This is dog headline news, concluding with the 8th of 8 takes, the 8th of 8 articles, the vegan cattle farmer who powers CHAP GPT. I don't have any concept. I didn't look it up. I have no idea. So all I'm going to say is the guy looks like Ronald McDonald's, senior picture. If Ronald McDonald, the clown, in his full garb, you look back at his senior picture, this guy that they're using as a vegan cattle farmer, kind of a prop, who powers CHAP GPT. It's beautiful. I still want to go back to the LSU women's basketball, or Iowa girl. I think it was Iowa. She's a skinny little white girl. She wear hair up in a bun. She looks like she might be a heterosexual, for God bless, you know what I'm saying? 1 in a million shot. A great girl basketball player who's a heterosexual. What are you going to say? You think it's bad that she's white. She's heterosexual. We don't know if she's heterosexual. We don't know. What I'm going to say, though, is this girl here, she could join she could probably go and join as is to the transgender woman league. You wouldn't call it trans woman league. Women's Trans League. You finally just call it the Women's League, but somebody had to know it because you already got the WNBA. This would be the TWBA, and they would be hanging out, the WTBTA, whatever it would be. They'd be hanging out. But this girl, she's double whammy. Dawn Staley was so bitter. She's like, we're not thugs. No, Dawn, no one said you were a thug. Calm it down. Don Imus is long dead and buried. No one's thinking about it, Dawn. You're the only one bringing it up. Just because you got beat by a heterosexual, skinny white girl in Iowa doesn't mean you got to be all huffy and all torn up about it. But this has been the Dogs headline news. Whatever. It doesn't matter, and half of it's bullshit anyway.